You stand outside, beneath a dome of black velvet, dusted with pinpricks of ancient light. Each pulse of brightness, a beat that keeps secrets older than the mountains behind your house. You breathe out. A cloud of warmth that drifts upward, caught in a silent wind you can't feel. Time feels steady in your chest. A heartbeat, a breath, another heartbeat, and yet, somewhere inside, you suspect that this steady tick is not so steady after all. You shift your weight, feel the soft scratch of grass beneath your feet, the cool hush of night air against your skin. You think of the clock on your wall at home, its hands forever circling the same numbers, measuring your days into neat slices. But up here, under the hush of distant suns, you wonder if time itself might have edges that fray, like cloth worn, thin by thought and motion. The stars above are not frozen. They drift, they shiver, they explode, and are born anew. Their light crosses oceans of emptiness to reach the backs of your eyes. Some of that light left its home long before your bones learned to grow. You stand here now, caught between your heartbeat and the speed of those ancient messengers. Time for you is one way, but for light, for things that race faster than you could ever dream, time is something more flexible, more secretive. You imagine holding a clock in your hand, not the clunky alarm clock on your nightstand, but a perfect clock, its tick as precise as the swing of atoms. Now, picture that same clock hurtling away from you, carried by a spacecraft that races around the world at impossible speeds. To you, standing still, the clock seems to tick slower, its seconds stretch, drawn thin by the speed that carries it away above you. Satellites skim the skin of the earth. Inside their metal shells are clocks, real ones, tiny and stubbornly precise. They circle fast and far, so fast that time itself sags and slips for them. They measure your maps, guide your car, send your phone the coordinates that keep your life in place. Every time you check your location, you're seeing proof that time can bend just a little if you know where to look. You lift your head higher. Your eyes catch a falling star, a scrap of dust that burns its brief hello through the atmosphere. For that tiny rock, time ends in an instant, from the vast dark to the spark of goodbye. You feel the weight of seconds settle on your shoulders, soft as the night air. If you ran fast enough, if you flew far enough, would your seconds stretch? 2. A gentle breeze stirs the grass. You listen to the hush it makes, a rhythm that feels older than your words for it. You think of yourself as a clock, too. Your body ticks along a path drawn by sunlight and sleep. What if you could slip free from Earth's patient spin and ride faster than a jet, faster than any plane you've watched carve white scars into the sky. There is a story waiting inside this question. It begins with a thought, an idea that time might not be as loyal as it seems. Long ago, a gentle thinker sat alone, letting trains pass him by while he imagined clocks, light beams, and the hidden rules that tie them together. You do not yet know his name tonight, but his puzzle hums under your feet as you stand beneath the drifting stars. You close your eyes. Behind your eyelids, you see a train pulling away from the station. A whistle, a rush of steam, a streak of motion that pulls your sense of now along with it. If you could ride that train faster past the towns and rivers and fields, your watch might argue with the clocks standing still on the platform. Two truths at once. Time stretches for you, shrinks for the ones you leave behind. You open your eyes again. The stars have not moved, but you feel different. You feel how fragile your seconds are, how speed, invisible but powerful, can fold them up like a letter tucked into a pocket. You wonder if there are people somewhere out there drifting so fast that our centuries are their single night. You kneel to touch the grass. The earth spins beneath you, nearly 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. You don't feel it, but the spin is there, shifting you through space even when you stand still. If you flew in the opposite direction, faster than Earth's turning, would you steal back lost seconds? Could you press your hand to a spinning world and say, "Slow down, wait for me"? You stand again, lifting your face to the cold light. Your heartbeat slows. For now, you are still, but your thoughts travel. They slip into orbits and rocket trails, into the slipstream of particles that dare to dance with the speed of light. The faster you move, the slower your clock runs, the longer your journey seems to last. You think of astronauts aboard the International Space Station, drifting above the clouds. Their watches tick just a heartbeat behind yours, a secret gift. From motion and speed, the stars do not whisper answers. They only shine, each point a memory of time bent by distance, by speed, by the dark ocean in between. You breathe in, you hold that breath, you let it out slow. You imagine your seconds, stretching like silk, each one longer, softer, as you drift further from the world that taught you how to measure them. The night deepens. The earth's shadow slides across your face. Your mind floats up, slipping from your yard into the dark, imagining the curve of the planet, the hum of satellites tracing circles overhead. Their tiny clocks whisper corrections to the machines in your pocket, the ones that remind you where you are and when you are. Without those whispers, your maps would fail. Your roads would twist. Time dilation is not far away. It lives in your phone, your car, your footsteps through the city. A car passes in the distance. Its headlights flicker between branches. For a moment, you feel the rush of motion, the tiny push that reminds you speed is a key. It unlocks time, stretches it, reshapes it, makes it soft enough to mold. If only you could go fast enough, far enough, brave enough. You feel the weight of your own heartbeat. You imagine how it might sound inside a rocket far from here. You see yourself climbing into a seat beneath a sky that has no end. You imagine the roar of engines, the push of acceleration, the way your seconds would lengthen while the Earth's clock keeps its stubborn tick-dot. Tonight is only the beginning. Ahead of you waits the thinker who first puzzled this secret out, who asked the stars how motion bends time. Ahead of you waits the train that never stops, the light beam that refuses to stand still. Ahead of you waits the gentle truth. You are not fixed in time. You can slip through it, stretch it, drift beneath its surface like a swimmer beneath calm water. So you stand under your quiet stars. You gather their light in your eyes. You hold their old secrets in your chest. And as your breath slows, you feel the puzzle waiting, the soft mystery that asks, if motion can bend time, what else might you bend if you learn to ride the speed of thought? And somewhere, a patient mind waits, ready to show you how a simple idea, a clock, a beam of light can turn your sense of time into something you cradle gently in your palm. You sit now in a soft, warm chair, your thoughts still echoing with the hush of stars. In this calm space, you let the night become a study, a quiet classroom with no walls. You lean back and imagine a man with kind eyes and unkempt hair, alone, with his thoughts and a scrap of paper, scribbling down an idea so strange it would tilt the world. Albert Einstein. His name floats through your mind like a paper boat on a slow river. You don't need to memorize his date or his titles tonight. You only need to sit beside him in your mind and see what he saw. A puzzle hidden inside an ordinary train ride. A twist in the fabric of time itself. You close your eyes and hear the whistle of a steam engine. The tracks hum beneath you as your train gathers speed, pulling away from a quiet platform. Imagine your face at the window, the world slipping past in streaks of green and brown and gray. Inside the train, you are warm, steady, carrying a pocket watch in your palm. Outside, a friend stands on the platform, watching you go. You both check your clocks, your seconds in perfect step. The train picks up speed, faster, faster, This was Einstein's daydream. He didn't need a lab or a telescope. He needed only to ask, what happens if you could ride light? What happens if you chased a beam at its own speed? And what if you peered back at the world you left behind? In the stillness of your own mind, you drift beside him now. You see him as a young man, restless in his job at a patent office, watching trams rattle down Swiss streets. He saw what few others bothered to see, that speed could twist something as solid as time. That if you move fast enough, your seconds and someone else's seconds no longer match like twin pearls on a string. You run your fingers along the brass edge of your imaginary pocket watch. In your seat, the seconds keep their patient pace. Outside the window, your friend's clock ticks too, but Einstein showed that these clocks no longer agree. The faster your train rushes forward, the slower your seconds grow for anyone left behind. And it is not a trick of gears or a flaw in the watch. It is reality, soft and elastic. He called it relativity. A single word that means time does not stand alone. It moves with you, listens to your speed, your path through space. The faster you move through space, the slower you slip through time. You are not chained to some cosmic stopwatch. You carry your own clock inside you, and motion is its gentle thief. You feel the floor of the train beneath your feet, trembling with the rhythm of wheels on rails. You rest your hand on the window pane. The countryside flickers by like a dream you can't quite hold. You imagine your friend on the platform, growing smaller, waving once, then disappearing behind a curve. Wonder, when you return, how many seconds will you owe? Einstein's thought trains never reached the speed of light, but they brushed close enough to reveal a hidden truth. The speed of light is the limit. No matter how fast you chase it, the beam always stays just ahead, like a horizon you can't reach. And the closer you try to come, the more your time stretches, slackens, slows to a crawl. In this way, motion guards the universe's secrets. You shift in your chair. The hum of the train becomes the hum of your own heartbeat. You sense how your body is its own tiny clock, a clock of cells dividing, lungs breathing, heart pulsing, its steady song. Imagine if you could run so fast that your pulse drifts from the rhythm of your loved ones. Not a wish to leave them behind, but a question: could speed make you linger in youth while years gather dust elsewhere? Einstein saw that time is not just a river flowing past you. It is a river that twists when you step into its current, that deepens when you move faster, that pulls in eddies and hidden folds. It can carry you slowly if you know how to ride its bends. But tonight, you only drift beside this river's edge, trailing your fingers in its cool flow. You see his face again, kind, patient, slightly amused by the world's puzzles. He gave you the tools to imagine rockets and satellites, black holes and GPS, yet he himself dreamed it all with pencil and paper, trains and clocks. He whispered to the universe, "Show me your hidden rules." And the universe answered in curves and speed. Outside your imagined train, the stars wheel overhead, the same ancient lights you stood beneath only moments ago. If you rode your train at nearly the speed of light, the stars would freeze in place, your window becoming a painting of eternity. 100 years could pass for the people waving goodbye. For you, only a handful of moments. You open your eyes. You are still in your chair, safe, warm, your heart a steady drum. Einstein's puzzle lingers in the hush around you. Time is not cruel. It does not slip through your fingers because it hates to be held. It slips because speed gives it shape. Because speed gives it shape. Because motion lets it breathe. You imagine riding this train forever, circling the world, gathering seconds like pebbles on a beach. And when you step off, at last, older but not old, you find the world has changed. Clocks disagree. Calendars do not match your heartbeat. You stand there, the same, yet changed by the secret tide of time that obeyed your motion. So you thank the quiet thinker who showed you this gentle bending of hours. You watch his daydream drift away. The train slows. The whistle fades. You step off the platform of your mind and feel the tracks humming beneath your feet. Ahead of you lies the speed of light itself, the cosmic limit, the messenger that carries time's secrets to your waiting eyes. You stand now, ready to ride that beam, to see how light itself holds the keys to how your seconds stretch and fold. You take a breath, the soft click of the train behind you, the open road ahead where you will slip for a moment into the very heart of the fastest thing the universe allows. Close your eyes and let the hum of the train fade. You stand now at the threshold of something faster, brighter, a place where seconds break apart like droplets in sunlight. In this dream, you climb aboard, not a train, but a beam of light itself. The purest traveler in the universe. Imagine light, tiny packets called photons, slipping from a candle flame. Your bedroom lamp, the cold glimmer of a distant star. Every photon flies at the same speed, the fastest anything can go. 300,000 kilometers every second, a number too big to feel but easy to trust. In this realm, you become weightless thought, riding with the photon as your ship. You see the world blur behind you. The moment you catch the beam, time does something strange. It stops meaning what you know. You sit in the photon's saddle, no longer bound by TikTok and calendar pages. The seconds that once dripped steadily through your day now flatten, like a pond under wind. Einstein imagined this, too. If you could travel at light speed, clocks would freeze for you. The hours that bind your bones, the aging that weaves your hair with gray, these slip aside like a curtain drawn by the universe's hidden hand. For the photon, there is no before, no after, only the endless now, the perfect instant between. Departure and arrival. You drift with a beam through a hallway of stars. Light does not care if it came from a candle or an exploding sun. It carries messages across empty miles. Every twinkle in the sky is a memory arriving at your eye. Some starlight left its burning home before the first forests grew on earth, before your ancestors whispered to the dark sky. You catch it now, warm on your eyelid, your breath mingling with time itself. In your mind's eye, you watch the colors shift. If you ride against the light, its waves pile up, shorter, bluer, sharper, like ocean waves crashing together in a storm. If you drift with it, the waves stretch slower, redder, softer. This is Doppler's gift, the sound of an ambulance passing by, the pitch rising, then falling, but here it's light, not sirens. The universe sings in colors that change as you move. Your heartbeat echoes inside your ribs. A tiny clock that still tries to measure the unmeasurable. Yet, as you fly, you feel the tug of dilation again, the same puzzle Einstein gave you with his trains and clocks. The faster you move, the more your own seconds resist. Near light speed, your pulse becomes a distant drum, beating once in an age. You picture yourself inside a silver ship, sleek as a needle, engines humming like a lullaby. Outside your window, the stars sharpen into spears of blue light ahead, while behind you, the cosmos stretches into a red silk curtain. Every breath you take feels like the last slow sigh of a candle's smoke, and yet you are alive, drifting, inside a moment that refuses to end. Scientists call this limit the speed of light, not a goal, but a border. Nothing with weight can ever quite reach it. The closer you get, the more energy you need, until the cost becomes infinite, a price too steep for any engine to pay. So you hover just beneath it, a whisper away, feeling how each fraction of a second expands like a drop of ink in water. You hold this paradox in your palm. To go faster is to slow down inside. To brush the edge of light is to make your hours longer while the world races ahead without you. A cosmic bargain. You move quick through space, but slow through time. Light itself cheats this game by having no mass. It skims the surface of the universe's rules. In the hush of your drifting, you wonder what the world would look like if you could truly sit in a photon's shoes. You would see no distance at all between where you start and where you arrive. For you, the candles flicker and the distant stars gleam, merge into a single, timeless flash. All your journeys collapse into one point, no miles to cross, no seconds to count. You open your eyes, still here, still human. You cannot ride light like a photon does. But in your breath, your heartbeat, the shimmer of sunlight on your skin, you feel its company. Every moment you live is bathed in light, patience, a river of ancient messages crossing empty space just to touch you. You think of the astronauts circling Earth, the satellites spinning overhead. Their clocks drift too, their pulses a heartbeat away from yours. Every flight, every orbit is a quiet test of this truth, that speed is not just motion, but a tool for folding the edges of time. And when we look deeper, when we chase light with telescopes and particle beams, we come closer to seeing how this great limit shapes everything we know. For now, you rest in this thought that light is both a messenger and a mirror. It brings you the past, starlight older than your bones, and it sketches the future by showing how time might bend if we ever learn to follow it fully. You hold this in your chest like a small warm lantern dot. Ahead lies the story of a twin, one who stays home while you drift into this ocean of light and speed. A mirror to show what your journey means when you return. Your seconds soft and stretched, the world older than your pulse remembers. For now, you drift beside the beam, feeling its hush, your own thoughts slipping free of the clock's cold hands. You close your eyes, feeling the hum of photons pass through you like a tide. Somewhere ahead, your ship slows to greet its reflection, a sibling waiting on solid ground, counting seconds in the quiet of Earth while you chase the light that binds you both to the same unfolding night. Picture your twin standing barefoot in dewy grass while you settle into a silver rocket humming on the launch pad. You see each other through the haze of exhaust and moonlight. Two heartbeats, once in step, now ready to drift apart. Your twins' feet press into the soft soil. Yours float above the world's pull. The engines rumble, lifting you past clouds, past weather, past the breathing edge of Earth. Inside your capsule, time tightens its stitches. Down below, your twin watches the seasons spin like a carousel. Leaves unfurl and drop. Snow hushes the hills. Flowers wake and sleep again. For your twin, each sunrise feels the same. Yet, in your veins, seconds stretch like warm taffy pulled by the stars. This is the twin paradox, a thought experiment turned living tale. Imagine you rocket away at nearly the speed of light, coasting through the black silence while your sibling waters the garden, sips tea, reads 1,000 dawn newspapers. To you, the journey feels brief, like dozing on a long train ride. Your twin, the world grows older than you could ever count. In the ship, you drift between clock ticks. The hum of the engines becomes your lullaby, your cradle rocking against the cradle of space. Every heartbeat inside you echoes once, then once more. Yet, the outside clock races ahead, racing toward wrinkles, toward gray hair and forgotten stories. Whispered to children born while you sleep among the stars. Your mind wanders to Einstein's gift, this strange, simple truth that time is not the same for all who ride its current. The faster you move, the slower your hourglass leaks its sand. The world at rest keeps pouring its moments into rivers, but you clutch yours close, hoarding seconds like a miser under the cold hum of starlight. You picture your twin's life, a birthday cake flickering each year, candles blown out by lips that match yours but now gather lines like tree rings. They stand by the window, night after night, gazing at constellations that used to hold your whispers. Somewhere out there, you speed between suns, your own candle burning so slowly it hardly flickers at all dot. And then, one day, or maybe 10,000 days for your twin, your ship turns homeward. You drift back through the ocean of space, carrying your cargo of soft, unspent seconds. When your rocket lands, the grass beneath your feet feels strange, thicker, older than you remember. You see your reflection in your twin's eyes, a face you know, but etched with years you never felt. You stand in the doorway of time's riddle. Who is older now? Your twin's bones ache with memory. Yours feel nearly the same as when you left. The world's clocks ticked away faithfully, but your own clock, the one in your chest, your blood, your dreams, refuse to match. The paradox curls around your thoughts like a cat around your ankles, purring questions that never quite sleep. You think of how distance means little when time folds, how families might part only to find each other changed not by absence, but by the hidden streams of seconds running faster or slower through their veins. You wonder if you could ever explain this to your twin, that your goodbye was measured not in miles, but in hours, hoarded like secrets. Science tells you that this isn't a story of fantasy. It is real, proven in the flicker of particles, in the hush of satellites circling Earth. Astronauts return home, minutely younger than they would have been, a hair's breadth of youth salvaged from motion. The twin paradox is no paradox at all, just a truth hidden in plain sight. Time is not a river flowing the same for all who wade in as you stand with your twin. You feel the ache of questions pressing against the edge of your ribs. If you could fly fast enough, far enough, could you escape the slow burn of years altogether? Could you cross the universe and come back to find everyone else dreaming centuries ahead? Or is there comfort in staying, feet planted in the garden soil, feeling every sunrise in step with the ones you love? Your twin smiles, older and softer than the last goodbye. You both carry the marks of your journeys, one through the quiet ticking of clocks, one through the hush of space where time dared not follow as quickly. Together, you stand under the same sky, a sky that always knew how to bend seconds like paper folded into boats. And as you stand there, two mirrors facing each other across a moment that never existed until now, you feel how all your drifting was never away, but deeper inside the same shared night. You watch your twin reach for your hand, grounding you back to Earth's patient hum. Yet as you breathe the same air again, your eyes wander upward. Beyond the garden, beyond the house lights, satellites whisper across the sky, carrying tiny clocks that drift like your own did. These metal birds measure your phone's maps, your footsteps, your errands. They remind you that you never really left this paradox behind. You carry it in your pocket every day, and so you look up, heart steady, hand warm in your twin's grasp, wondering about the satellites above the invisible keepers of tiny corrections that make the world's directions stay true. You drift toward this thought that even standing still, you live among clocks that disagree, yet together hold you steady on the spinning face of Earth. You rest on your back in the grass, the sky draped over you like a soft blanket. High above, satellites drift through their silent lanes, invisible, patient guardians of your path home. You feel their presence, though you can't see them. Metal birds tracing arcs that tie your steps to the shape of the earth. In your pocket, your phone hums with quiet certainty. You tap it once, and in that small flicker of light, a map appears, a blue dot pulsing gently, telling you where you are in the vast weave of roads and rooftops. It feels so simple. You move, and the dot follows. But up there, time itself shifts to make this possible. Each satellite carries a tiny clock, so precise it could count your heartbeat for a century and never lose its place. These clocks tick while spinning through space at thousands of miles an hour. Yet here's the secret you cradle tonight. These clocks drift from yours. The speed that keeps them in orbit also slows their time, just as it did for the twin in the rocket. But gravity plays its hand, too. The satellites sail above Earth's soft pull, feeling less of gravity's hug than you do down here in the grass. And so, their clocks run faster, freed from Earth's stronger tug. Faster because gravity loosens time's grip. Slower because motion tightens it. Two invisible hands pulling time in opposite directions. Without Einstein's gentle puzzle solved, your morning run would wander off course. Your drive to work might land you in the wrong city. Tiny differences, billions of seconds, bloom into miles if left unchecked. So your phone listens to these drifting clocks, corrects their disagreements, smooths their conflicts, all while you breathe in and out, never suspecting that you carry relativity in your pocket. Tonight, you imagine these satellites as lanterns, hung just beyond sight, swinging slowly on strings of math. They keep their eyes on you, whether you stand still or move, always recalculating where you belong. Their signals slip through clouds, city towers, forests, guiding ships through fog and plains, through night skies. A runner on a dark road trusts these whispers. So does a farmer steering a tractor along perfect rows in a field where once he might have followed the sun alone. So does a traveler far from home, phone pressed to palm, tracing a blinking blue path through a city's tangle of lights and turns. Inside, these gentle beacons hum equations once scribbled on paper by a man watching trains pass through Swiss hills. Einstein saw how time wobbled under motion and mass, how the universe's clocks could never agree. He could not have known how you would someday cradle his insight in your hand, a quiet companion on your daily wanderings. The thought makes you smile in the dark. You turn your phone over, screen black now, sky full of stars and drifting metal birds. They orbit above arguments and traffic lights, above heartbreaks and first kisses, above the pulsing, restless hum of the cities. All the while, they keep time honest, so your steps land where they're meant to, so your journey returns you home. This invisible dance of seconds reminds you that time dilation is no far-off puzzle for physicists alone. It lives inside the familiar glow of your screen. It hides in the tiny corrections that nudge your map true again if you stray. It binds you gently to a web of clocks, some rooted in your wristwatch, others wheeling far beyond clouds, You feel a hush of gratitude for this hidden network, for the minds that looked up, puzzled at the sky, and wondered how time could bend. For the meadow birds drifting overhead, now quiet yet faithful. For the small miracles you never notice, every left turn, every found road, every safe landing, that feels so ordinary, yet owes its certainty to the stretching and shrinking of time as you lie there. The grass cool beneath your skin. You sense the same paradox that brushed your mind when you returned from the stars to find your twin older than your memory allowed. The world is woven from tiny disagreements, seconds that won't match up, distances that need gentle reminders to stay true. Yet somehow, out of this cosmic discord, your path stays clear, your eyes drift closed, but above, the satellites keep watch. Their clocks drift apart, yet stay close enough to guide you. You breathe in the knowledge that you are always connected to this hush of physics, this silent chorus of signals and corrections that make your world steady, your wanderings safe. And as you breathe out, your thoughts slip to another truth, waiting just below the grass, gravity's invisible hand. The same force that pulls you close now tugs at time itself. If satellites drift above its grip, what happens when you drift deeper into it? What secrets does gravity keep hidden in the folds of the ticking seconds you trust so well? You close your eyes and drift inward, sinking softly into the cradle of your bed. Beneath you, the earth hums, a vast sphere pulling you gently toward its hidden heart. You hardly feel it, yet every breath you take is held close by gravity's invisible hand. Tonight, you let that pull draw you deeper into the quiet current of time. Time, you see, is not one flat river. It bends, where gravity presses its thumb upon it. A mountain's peak, a valley's floor, the curve of the earth itself, all these shape how moments slip by, slow or swift, depending on how tightly gravity holds you. Think of your body now, your head lifted by the pillow, your feet closer to the floor. Gravity tugs your feet harder than your hair. It's true, your toes feel a slightly stronger pull than the crown of your head. So tiny a difference you never notice. Yet, in this small tilt, time itself drifts apart. The seconds at your feet run just the slightest breath slower than the seconds near your scalp. It sounds like nonsense, but it's the hush beneath your heartbeat. The same secret that lets GPS satellites slip time's grip above you also lets Earth hold your seconds tight here on the ground. Gravity bends space, folds time, makes your moments stretch or compress. A mountain peak lifts you from Earth's grasp, and up there, you age a hair's width faster than in the valley below. Imagine an old clock sitting in a village tucked in a deep canyon. Its hands circle with patient certainty, never suspecting that up on the nearby ridge, another clock ticks just a little quicker. Two clocks, same make, same spring, same gears, yet their time drifts apart because Earth's pull is stronger below. And yet, we live as though time is equal for everyone. We trust our watches, the sun's arc, the seasons drifting past our window. But beneath that trust flows the river of relativity, hidden, patient, always shaping the banks of our days. Close your eyes tighter now. Dream yourself deeper still, beyond valleys and mountain roots, down into the deep where gravity grows heavy. Picture standing on a staircase that descends toward the core. Each step down slows your seconds. Deeper, deeper, until the Earth's center folds time tighter than the surface ever could. Now lift your thoughts away from the soil. Follow gravity's hand to the farthest reaches of space. Out there, where black holes wait the ultimate well in a fabric of time. Near a black hole's edge, time creeps to a halt. A single second for you, perched just beyond its darkness, could stretch into centuries for a distant star. Gravity's grip becomes absolute here, a cage for moments that cannot escape. Yet back in your bed, you feel safe in gravity's gentle hold. It keeps your bones pressed to the mattress, your dreams tucked inside your mind. Without it, you drift into the ceiling, a stray thought untethered from your own heartbeat. Gravity roots you to earth, but it also carves secret grooves in your hours, your years. Scientists place atomic clocks on mountain peaks and at sea level, listening for these delicate differences. They find that time, so constant in our minds, is a shapeshifter in the hands of gravity. Could we use this trick to travel through the future? Could we hover near a black hole's lip, slip decades ahead, while Earth ages fast? You feel the pull of that thought, a tug as soft as your blanket's weight. You wonder if time is truly yours to measure at all, or if it always belongs to the curves and hollows of space. Maybe your life, your memories, your small, treasured hours all drift along gravity's secret channels, like tiny boats in a vast hidden sea. Look up now, above your ceiling, beyond your roof. Satellites circle, adjusting 4 times slow dance. Farther still, the moon swings around Earth, tied by gravity's leash. And beyond that, planets trace arcs around the sun. The sun drifts through the galaxy's spiral arms, and all of them feel gravity's tug. Each orbit shapes time's flow. Each bend in space is a wrinkle in the cloth of now. Gravity, patient and soft, asks nothing of you tonight except your trust. It holds your dreams close, your bones heavy against the bed, your thoughts safely nested in this moment. It bends the seconds so gently you'd never notice unless you drift far. Climb high or dare to slip too close to a place where time freezes altogether. Your mind floats through these folds as sleep draws near. You picture clocks on mountain peaks, clocks at the ocean's edge, clocks falling toward the hidden heart of the earth. You feel how they all argue softly about how fast to tick. You see yourself standing on that staircase to the core, listening to each step hush another second into stillness. Above, the satellites keep their silent vigil. Below, the Earth's center hums with an ancient, endless pull, and in between lies you, a breathing bridge between the lightness of orbit and the deep tug of the ground. You wonder what it might feel like to slip the chain altogether, to build a vessel that lifts you past Earth's grasp, where time flows differently, where your hours might stretch long and kind. Even as centuries rush past beneath your hull, your thoughts drift now toward that silver shape, a ship waiting beyond the clouds. A spaceship named Hope, its engines humming with promise, ready to test time's boundaries once more. In the stillness of your room, you begin to imagine a ship, sleek, shining silver, cutting through the black velvet of space. It's a vessel of hope, humming quietly with power, carrying you gently but surely beyond the grasp of Earth's pull. This ship is more than metal. It is a promise whispered across the stars, a dream folded into the fabric of time. You step inside, feeling the soft hum of its engines beneath your feet, a steady pulse that matches your own heartbeat. The cabin is calm, serene, a cocoon designed to protect your body from the wildness of the void. Outside the window, stars drift by, silent and steady, watching your journey unfold as the engines ignite. A gentle vibration stirs through the ship. You feel the slow, measured acceleration, a gradual push forward like the first breath of a morning breeze. You are moving now, faster than you have ever traveled before, and with each moment, time begins to stretch. The faster you go, the slower your own clock seems to tick. Your heartbeat lengthens, your breath slows. It's as if your body is learning a new rhythm, a song sung in harmony with the cosmos itself. Time is no longer the steady river you once knew. It bends, it slows, it flows differently here. Outside, your porthole, centuries whirl past, distant and untouchable. You watch as civilizations rise and fall. Stars ignite and fade. Galaxies spin their endless dance. Yet inside your ship, your seconds feel slow and steady, a quiet refuge in the storm of time's currents. This is the strange and beautiful secret of traveling. Close to the speed of light, your moments become elongated, your lifespan stretched. Across the tapestry of years, while Earth ages quickly below, you remain young, preserved in the gentle bubble of your ship's motion. You wonder at this miracle, this gift of relativity. Could this be the key to our future, the way we slip beyond the limits of mortal time? Could we journey to distant worlds, living centuries in a single lifetime, while those we love grow old and fade behind us? Your thoughts drift to the challenges ahead. The vastness of space, the cold and dark, the loneliness of a journey that stretches beyond any human lifespan known before. Yet hope shines brighter than these fears, a light that guides your ship through the night. Inside, you feel a quiet calm settle over you. The hum of the engines becomes a lullaby, a steady reminder that even as time stretches, your heart beats strong. You are both traveler and witness, a guardian of moments, both fleeting and eternal, as you glide further from Earth's pull. The stars blur into streaks of light, a cosmic river flowing past your windows. You lean into this flow, surrendering to the rhythm of the universe, carried forward on waves of light and gravity. In this vastness, time is no longer your master, but your companion, flexible, mysterious, a force you can bend with speed and motion. The future opens like a great, uncharted sea, inviting you to sail beyond the horizon of what you know. And yet, as your journey continues, you cannot help but wonder, what lies at the edge of this voyage? Beyond the reach of speed and gravity, beyond the stretching of moments, what mysteries does time still hold? Your ship hums softly, carrying you ever onward, a silver thread weaving through the fabric of space-time. You close your eyes, your breath steady, your heart steady, ready to explore the cosmic questions waiting just beyond the next star. As your ship hums onward through the silent depths of space, your mind begins to wander into the curious realm of thought, the playground of paradoxes, puzzles, and gentle mysteries. Here, time is no longer a simple path, but a winding, twisting tapestry where moments fold and overlap like the pages of a well-loved book. Imagine, for a moment, a place where time itself slows to a whisper, a black hole, a dark, dense well of gravity that bends space and time into a slow dance. Could you, in theory, circle its edge, skimming just beyond the event horizon where time stretches and the seconds seem to drip like honey? Here, A single moment might last a lifetime. A slow breath suspended in the quiet embrace of gravity's pull. You picture yourself drifting near this cosmic giant, watching the universe unfold at a pace too fast to follow. Your heart slows, your mind widens, and you feel the strange serenity of time stretching beyond its usual limits. The steady ticking of your clock becomes a soft pulse, a gentle thrum that echoes through the stillness. Now, turn your thoughts to wormholes, hypothetical tunnels through space-time, shortcuts connecting distant corners of the universe. Imagine these as patches sewn into the cosmic fabric, like soft, shimmering threads woven through an ancient quilt. Could these bridges bend time and space, folding the vast distances between stars into something small enough to cross in a blink? You envision stepping through such a portal, the universe folding like a map in your hands, revealing secrets hidden beyond the reach of ordinary travel. The stars on the other side shine close enough to touch, and time itself feels both familiar and strange, a landscape reshaped by possibilities. These ideas, though theoretical, invite you to see time not as a rigid rule, but as a flexible companion, one that can be stretched, folded, and sewn into new patterns by the universe's deeper laws. They cradle you gently, whispering questions without answers, inviting you to rest within the mystery. In this quiet, suspended moment, the paradoxes do not confuse, but soothe. They remind you that time, like a dream, is not always what it seems. It bends with speed, it shifts with gravity, and it dances in the space between reality and imagination as you float within this cosmic reverie. You feel the boundaries of your own moment soften. The universe invites you to lean into its riddles, to surrender to the gentle ebb of wonder and curiosity. And just as the edges of your thoughts begin to blur, a new whisper stirs the everyday dance of time around you, where even your smallest moments carry the echoes of the cosmos' vast rhythm. Asterisk, you awake slowly, the morning light wrapping around you like a gentle embrace. As you stretch and breathe, your mind drifts softly back to the cosmic rhythms you've explored, the grand dance of time dilation that happens not just in faraway stars, but also here. Close to your skin, you are part of this delicate ballet. Every moment, every movement subtly shifts the ticking of your internal clock. When you rise from bed, your heartbeat pulses through your veins, steady and calm. Yet, beneath the surface of your awareness, the very act of living is a dance with time's hidden layers. Consider the simple steps of your day, the morning commute, your footsteps on pavement, the hum of traffic, and the flicker of screens. Each second you move through space, Even at ordinary speeds, time responds. It bends, just a tiny fraction, but enough that your clocks and your body's rhythm are quietly out of sync with someone standing still elsewhere when you board a plane. This effect becomes a little stronger. The speed of flight nudges your time forward a fraction of a second, nearly imperceptible, but real. Scientists measure these differences with astounding precision, confirming that time itself is malleable. Bending with your velocity and altitude, your phone's GPS, those orbiting satellites sending signals from hundreds of miles above, rely on these corrections. Without accounting for time dilation, the maps would falter, directions would blur, and the gentle flow of your day would stumble. In this way, Einstein's abstract ideas become the quiet companions of your routines. This knowledge weaves through your thoughts like a soft thread, reminding you that you are connected to a universe where the very fabric of time stretches and folds. Even within the familiar spaces you inhabit, your body, your mind, your moments, all are part of this cosmic rhythm. As night falls and your breathing deepens into slow, even waves, you feel comforted by the thought. Time is not a distant mystery, but a gentle presence, a quiet song that hums beneath your daily life. And as you drift towards sleep, your mind embraces one last thought, a question softly poised between waking and dreaming. What would it feel like to slow time itself? Not just in the stars or satellites, but here, in the heartbeats of your own life. Asterisk, you lie back beneath the vast expanse of night, the sky unfolding above like a deep, endless ocean of black velvet. The stars shimmer softly, distant fires burning with ancient light. Silent sentinel of the cosmos, where time itself slows to a whisper. Imagine standing at the edge of such a place, where gravity's grip bends not just space, but the very flow of time. Here, a single second can stretch out like a lifetime unfolding, endlessly, like the slowest breath ever taken. It is as if time itself is caught in a gentle trance, lingering and lingering, caught between moments that refuse to pass. The event horizon, the boundary beyond which nothing returns, is both a veil and a promise. You sense its power quietly, pulling a soft invitation to wonder. What does it mean to linger there? To experience a second so long it becomes eternal. It is not fear, but awe that fills you, a calm that stretches wider than the stars. Time here is no longer a river rushing forward. It is a vast ocean, still and deep. You float in this ocean, your mind adrift, watching memories and possibilities ripple and shimmer around you. You feel the weightlessness of endless moments, a peace that comes from knowing some questions have no answers. Only deeper mystery. What happens inside this realm? Does the clock tick at all? Or does it dissolve into the silence? Could you watch the universe age beyond your eyes? Centuries flowing past like leaves on a slow, invisible stream. Your thoughts move gently, like clouds in a twilight sky, open to the vast unknown in this stillness. You realize that time is not merely measured by seconds or hours, but by the heartbeats, the breaths, the quiet pauses where wonder resides. It is here, in a pause between moments, that you find a soft space for dreaming, a place where science and soul meet as your eyes close. The universe's gentle ache lulls you toward rest. You carry the slowest second with you, a tender reminder that some mysteries are meant to soothe, not to solve. Sleep now, cradled by time's softest breath. You lie back beneath the vast expanse of night. The sky unfolding above like a deep, endless ocean of black velvet. The stars shimmer softly, distant fires burning with ancient light. Somewhere far beyond your gaze, a black hole waits, a silent sentinel of the cosmos, where time itself slows to a whisper. Imagine standing at the edge of such a place where gravity's grip bends not just space, but the very flow of time. Here, a single second can stretch out like a lifetime, unfolding endlessly, like the slowest breath ever taken. It is as if time itself is caught in a gentle trance, lingering and lingering, caught between moments that refuse to pass. The event horizon, the boundary beyond which nothing returns, is both a veil and a promise. You sense its power quietly, pulling a soft invitation to wonder. What does it mean to linger there? To experience a second so long it becomes eternal. It is not fear, but awe that fills you, a calm that stretches wider than the stars. Time here is no longer a river rushing forward. It is a vast ocean, still and deep. You float in this ocean, your mind adrift, watching memories and possibilities ripple and shimmer around you. You feel the weightlessness of endless moments, a peace that comes from knowing some questions have no answers, only deeper mystery. What happens inside this realm? Does the clock tick at all? Or does it dissolve into the silence? Could you watch the universe age beyond your eyes? Centuries flowing past like leaves on a slow, invisible stream. Your thoughts move gently, like clouds in a twilight sky, open to the vast unknown in this stillness. You realize that time is not merely measured by seconds or hours, but by the heartbeats, the breaths, the quiet pauses where wonder resides. It is here, in a pause between moments, that you find a soft space for dreaming, a place where science and soul meet as your eyes close. The universe's gentle ache lulls you toward rest. You carry the slowest second with you, a tender reminder that some mysteries are meant to soothe, not to solve. Sleep now, cradled by time's softest breath. Beyond the event horizon, the fabric of space-time curves and folds like a delicate sheet, caught in a cosmic breeze. Though no human eye has ever seen this up close, physics offers a poetic glimpse. You imagine the light bending, swirling in silent spirals, as if the universe itself holds its breath. The black hole is not merely a trap. It is a place where the laws, begin to blur, where gravity dances with quantum mysteries. It is a reminder that even the strongest forces can create beauty in stillness, that endings can hold beginnings wrapped in shadow. You sense the profound paradox. Here, time both halts and flows. It is an ocean where you can drown in a second or sail through centuries in a blink. This thought unfolds softly in your mind, a gentle wave washing over your dreams. When you wake from this cosmic reverie, you carry the quiet question with you. How does time shape our experience of life? Is time something that passes, or something we pass through? As you breathe deeply, you feel a connection to the cosmos' slow, rhythmic pulse. A heartbeat shared across light years. And so, as your eyelids grow heavy and your body sinks deeper into sleep, you rest in the tender uncertainty of time's vastness. You hold the knowledge that every moment, no matter how fleeting or stretched, is part of the gentle rhythm of the universe. The stars will still be there when you open your eyes, timeless and watchful, reminding you that time is as much a feeling as it is a measure. And in that feeling, you find peace. Tomorrow, you will wake and wonder, what if you could use time not just to measure life, but to shape it? What if the key to understanding time lies not just in science, but in how we live within its quiet folds? For now, rest in the soft embrace of the slowest second, where time itself becomes a lullaby and the universe sings you gently into dreams.